our entire warm market was out of the picture. And so we were thinking, oh my gosh, how difficult is this? But then on top of that, our friends and family are just like anti. They're not going to help us. They're not supporting us. And anytime they ask us to go hang out and we're like, sorry, we can't go out to dinner with you guys tonight. We don't have any money, and we also have to work. And it was so boring, and people were just so anti, and so they shunned us. So that made it difficult. And so those are some of the things that we had to overcome. But, we were spinning our wheels just trying to get somewhere. We were going nowhere fast. And I think that we mastered reinventing the wheel. I know there are some people that know us. Some of you know us.
This is a wheel shape. I think that's why they did it. Those are the reinventors.
Some of you know us from our previous company, and you can actually attest to this story. You saw us when we were real bad, like beyond the worst person that you know. We were pretty bad. So if there was ever a book written about how to screw up network marketing, that book would be authored by my husband.
And that's okay. That's okay, because the co-author would be my wife, okay? So I'm not going to just go out on the global arena like that right here. It's the beginning of the training. And I'll tell you what, though, we were pretty bad. And here's the thing. As you're watching this here today, especially if you're new to the network marketing industry, the reality is we've all made tons of mistakes. So if you've been beat up a little bit and you're making the mistakes, and you have to understand that we've all made those mistakes. It's how quickly can you identify that you're making those mistakes? How quickly can you identify that you need to become more coachable? Because the people that you're mentored by in your company and the mentors that you're being instructed by on the stages and the tapes in your company and the conventions, these are people that have done it before. So you can shave years off your learning curve by just simply listening to some of the things that they tell you. Now, just to have some fun here today, of course, they're going to tell you what not to do. So I was one of those guys. I'm kind of a slow learner. I showed up into the industry. I'm this, Navy guy. I don't need anyone to coach me. I'm in the Navy. I don't need any book. I don't need to read the manual. Just let me at this thing. And, so I failed miserably, by the way, with that attitude. But I had this attitude that it was like a conspiracy theory. Everything that they said from stage not to do must really mean that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm serious. We could write a book on 101 ways of not how to do this. Tammy is right. So you guys want to have a little fun? Okay, we'll poke fun at Mark, right? I won't blame it on Tammy. She was just a victim of the situation. So, I had our last $100 to our name when we first got in the industry. And there's a couple of people in here that actually knew us back then. And, we were struggling in the military, last $100. So of course, you go to Kinko's and you get the most fluorescent pink flyers that you can possibly create. And so we have, a couple hundred, I think it was a deal on 500 flyers, because that's what everybody does when they first join the industry. You do all the things. You get a billboard in your local town. You put your 800 number on it. That stuff doesn't work, okay? Listen to your coaches. But we did it anyways, and so it's freezing cold in the middle of the winter in Rockville, Maryland, and my wife is, unbeknownst to us, but probably about a week away from delivering our first child. Almost delivered the child right there in the parking lot with the flyers. We were walking around a local mall parking lot outside, freezing cold, putting flyers on windshields. I mean, come on, I got it down. I'm a marketer. I knew nothing about business, nothing about sales, nothing about marketing, nothing about network marketing, but I've got this genius idea. And, it's crazy. We look back at it now, and we had our own 800 number. Do you guys remember when you first got your own 800 number? And we put that on the flyer, and we ran home. True story. We sat at our kitchen table, and we put the phone right in the middle of the kitchen table. And we just sat there smiling, hungry, because there was nothing in the fridge, because we were that broke, and just sitting there smiling, waiting for the phone to ring. And guess what? It rang. You know who the first call was? It was the mall police. The mall police telling me I needed to get down. You all been called by the mall. You haven't been in this industry 20 years if you haven't been called by the mall police, right? Once again, this is our disclaimer. This is what not to do in network marketing. And the mall police said it's a $100 fine for every flyer that we have to pick up off the ground in our parking lot. And so I'm like, well, we got to go, babe. And she goes, no. you need to go. I'm pregnant. It's cold out. Your dumb idea with the pink flyers. You go down to the mall. I come back with all my flyers. I actually recycled them and tried it again, and it didn't work the second time.
But the best part of the story is we realized, okay, well, maybe pink flyers at the mall doesn't work. However, we did talk around other leaders in our company. The color is goldenrod yellow. So we went back again and did that, but we did it in other gas stations, everywhere else you can think of, and then, of course, more calls from the authorities.
So it just, you got to be coachable. We're having fun with you, but these are some of the things that you think of, that these people that have come before you that have had success, decades of success, have sharpened their axe, have read the books, have done the time, and they're willing to share that information. That's the information you're going to get today, but sometimes when we're new, we don't want to listen to that. Tammy and I sitting in the audiences up in the nosebleed section of our convention, our first couple conventions, we thought, man, all these people just signed up and became successful. And then we finally realized after a lot of trials and tribulations that they had paid a major price. They have read tons of books, more books in a 2-3 year network marketing career than most people will read in their entire lives. And they've gone through this personal growth and this personal development journey, and that's why they were so polished. We just figured you signed it up on your company application, and all of a sudden you're a superstar, and that's just not the case. It takes time and dedication to really get there, and that's what today's about. For a lot of you watching this today, this may be that first day in your life, let alone in your network marketing career, that you make a decision to go on this journey of personal growth that will absolutely change your life. Not just change your business, but literally change your life.
So we're going to actually embark on a journey all together. We're going to go over the 15 laws of growth, which I'm absolutely excited about. I know everything is applicable to everything that we do in and out of business. Just makes you a better person. And so, all of the things none of them are difficult. All of them are very thought-provoking. I know for me, it was very, my jaw dropped. Oh my gosh, wow, did you read this? Did you hear this? Did you see this? I've never heard it put this way before. So there's going to be a lot of those aha moments, and there's going to be a lot of action-oriented steps, which we love. We love, just chop it down for us. A, B, C, D, we can do that. We've learned now, we won't go reinvent the wheel anymore, but if it's broken down in those steps, we can for sure take those steps. Now, for example, here's a small example of one of the laws that we use that you can break down and apply right away into your life. The law of design. It's all about taking control of your life, creating the life of your dreams by creating systems. So think of, what is something that you do as a habit every single day that is not adding any value to your life? Is that 30 minutes of a program, a TV program that you look at? Maybe it's, going through the grocery store or grabbing a tabloid and saying, I'll read this in my downtime. Well, what if you transfer that downtime to incorporate personal development of some sort? For myself, I have personal development all around me. I do Drive Time University. It's in my car. I've got it playing while I take a shower. I've got it, before bed. I wake up early. I am not a morning person, but I have forced myself. I ask myself, how bad do I really want to change? How bad do I want to improve? And I say, okay, well, it's worth 30 minutes of my sleep time. So I wake up super early to do that. Whatever it is for you that you were willing to give up, I highly encourage you, take that step right now. Make that commitment right now. And I want to ask you, are you worth it?
Yes.
Absolutely, 100% you're worth it. So we want you to take these little steps and just start incorporating them into what you're doing, because I promise you, over the course of a few months, a few years, you are going to completely transform your life.
And you're going to learn a lot through the class here. On the 15 laws, and Tammy talked about the law of design. You're going to get a comprehensive training in this class on the law of design. We're talking about some of the laws that we love. It's kind of fun to say this. It's kind of an oxymoron. I love the law of pain. And it's not because I'm a military guy and all that rah-rah stuff. It's because I realize that the law of pain applies so much to you in this business, that the challenges that you go through, the setbacks that you're going to go through, and you will go through them. This is not a network marketing thing. This is life. If you've ever had a setback in your life, sometimes people think that, they join network marketing and all of a sudden there's these trials and tribulations and setbacks and people quit on you and people tell you things that they're going to do and they don't do. That's not a network marketing thing. That is That is life. People join gyms all the time. January 1st through the 15th every year, health clubs memberships explode around the world, right? By March, no one's going to them again. It doesn't mean that health clubs don't work. People just quit health clubs. And so you have to realize that, in network marketing, it's just brought out more. I think it's magnified more because of personal growth, because you're surrounded by people that have gone through this journey. They're able to identify some of these things. So with the law of pain, one of the things that I appreciate. Now, I didn't appreciate it when I was going through it. Okay, so right now, some of you, if you're going through it, those of you at home watching this, you're like, man, this guy doesn't understand. I'm going through it right now. I'm on the ramen noodle diet. I'm eating